was your Bible tonight?
I do.
Sweet, because I don't like to read, so. I don't like the big stand. I'm getting rid of it. I feel like there's like a sheet. Might as well be on Star Wars or something like that. God is great, amen?
Amen.
Oh, that's better. Where's my stuff? All right. I'm excited to speak. So, you guys hear me talk enough when I'm over here. Before I start, I just want to say hellfire and brimstone, because I always want to say that when I'm speaking. So, there we go. Got that out of the way. Okay. Alright, when I was a kid, we had this day, and it was in the spring after we had PE right here. And it was in elementary school, and we had like this day that every little kid looked forward to because we got out of class for a whole day to go to Super Skills Day. And when you were above 3rd grade, you got out of, like when you're like 1st and 2nd grade, you got out of class like just the afternoon. And then when you're in 3rd grade or above, you get to get out of class all day because you go and help the 1st and 2nd graders on Super Skills Day. And Super Skills Day was like Special Olympics for little kids. Like, it was so awesome because you went and you did all these cool events like shooting the basketball or just like a bunch of these little things like long jump and running and I don't know. I wasn't in great shape then, so I was lost. But I always looked forward to it because it got me out of class. But we all loved Super Skills Day because we got to use, we got to get all excited to run and so I started thinking like, why do we get so excited about Super Skills Day? It's not so much the fact that it, because when you look back, you're jumping on this 50-year-old mat that who knows who's touched it, and you're competing for this little button, and I don't know, it's not, that you're gonna get anyway.
That's so.
And when you look back, it's so dumb, but you always look so forward to it because it wasn't so much about Super Skills Day, it was getting ready for Super Skills Day. You know, it was the anticipation and button making and all that other cool stuff. So tonight, I kind of want to talk about our Super Skills Day. In 1 Samuel 16 and 17, you guys don't have to turn there, we're not reading from it, but I've been reading 1 Samuel in my devotions, and let me tell you, that book is awesome. All the Bible's awesome, but I've just been really getting blessed for 1 Samuel, and I'm not actually up to 16 and 17 yet, but I can't wait to get there. But, so I'm at 1 Samuel 16 and 17, and it talks about David, and it talks about him in the fields, and then all of a sudden, God showed Samuel that he should go get David and bring him, and he's going to fight some 9-foot beast of a bear, of a man, and then you got, he's going to sit there and get spears thrown at him and sit in the king's court, and eventually he's going to become king. And everybody knows the story, but when you read it, you don't really think about it so much because you've already heard it before. But 1 Samuel 16 and 17 talk about where David was before he became king, about when he was in the fields and how he was as a boy. And if you look at David's story, there's a lot that we can learn from him. So tonight I want to learn from a little bit of David. And my first point is ready. Ready. Or if you want, you could say on your mark. Because David was ready and willing. David was in the field ready and willing, with a willing heart to serve God. And he was in that field, which to us is like sitting in the very back row here and just chilling, waiting for God to call him up. And David was almost, I'm not going to say he was content there, but if he knows where that place God put him, he was just going to go where God led him. And he wasn't trying to force his way up. So David was ready to serve God with a willing heart. We had this thing at Campus Missions Retreat and it talked about, serving God from a toilet or something like that. I don't know. It was something like that, and it talks about there's nothing prideful about cleaning toilets. And in the ministry, sometimes we gotta clean some toilets. I mean, sometimes we do gotta sit in that back row, and we gotta make those calls to people, and we gotta write those cards, and we gotta just love on people. And that's not a job that you do up here. That's a job you do back there. And sometimes we gotta be like David and sit in the and be a shepherd for God and just wait for the opportunity that God gives. Who wants to read? Ryan, yes. Can you turn to Exodus 35:21?
35?
Yes.
And everyone who was willing and whose heart moved him came and brought an offering to the Lord for the work on the tent of meeting, for all its service, and for the sacred garments. All who were willing,
Keep going.
all who were willing, men and women alike, came and brought gold jewelry of all kinds, brooches, earrings, rings, and ornaments. They all presented their gold as a wave of offering to the Lord.
Alright, that's good. It talks about being willing in that verse. It's not so much, but they were willing to the point where they would give up something that was good to them. I mean, back then, like now, if God was like, hey, Jesse, put your guitar on the altar. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, but that's what they did. They gave up their gold and their jewelry and stuff like that. And to them, that was important to them. That was more important than any of these instruments to these guys up here, or whatever you hold close to your heart, So that I just say, be ready and willing for God. Point 2, set. Ready, set. Or if you want to say, on your mark, get set. Because David was set to serve God. He had everything in his power that he needed to serve God. In Ephesians 6, it talks about putting on the full armor of God. God has given you the tools to serve him. All we need to do is be ready, and we're already set. Okay. If we don't get set, we can't reach our goals. Like, okay, in Super Skills Day, they had the standing long jump, which was my worst event because I couldn't jump. I'm white. I can't jump. And you had to get ready, and he taught you the form before you got up there, so it was, you thought you had it down, so you'd go home and practice in front of the mirror or something like that. But you're supposed to bend down like this, you're supposed to swing, and then you jump, and yeah, I would show you, but I don't want to embarrass anybody here, like myself. But we have to be set. In order for me to get that long jump, I have to be set to serve God. Third point. Go! Or, if you want, ready, set, bang. Let's serve God with a bang. When it was time, David stepped up and started going full speed for God. He got in his position, he got ready, he got set, and then he ran full speed for God, running over giants and dodging spears. David got ready, he got set, and bang, it was off for God. So don't turn around, but go full speed ahead. Don't look behind you. Because if you look behind you, you're going to go slow. People are going to be passing you. Nobody likes to lose. It's time for us to stand up. Does anybody want to read Exodus 32? Johnny. Starting at verse 25. Actually, 24.
So I told them, whoever has any gold jewelry, take it off. Then they gave me the gold. I threw it into the fire, and out came this calf. Moses saw that the people were running wild, and that Aaron had let them go out of control, and so become a laughing stock. And so become a laughing stock to their enemies.
Keep going.
So he stood at the entrance to the camp and said, "Whoever is for the Lord, come to me." And all the Levites rallied to him.
Alright. So there's people making fools of themselves, making this calf, right? But Moses came back, and he saw these people acting like idiots. And so he came up there and he's like, alright, whoever's ready to serve God, come with me. And in my Bible it says, all the Levites stepped up. They took a step from where they were, and they were ready to serve God. They got rid of what they were doing before, and they stepped up. It's time that we take that step up. We haven't had a youth pastor for a few weeks now, and look at how good we're doing. I'm not saying that we don't need one. I'm saying that look how good we're doing. Everybody's taking little steps up, but I think it's time as a youth group, as one body here, to step up. Take that step. Lead. Don't be afraid to be a leader, because, I mean, I know when I was little, you know, when you became a leader or something, people watched you. And I would mess up, and people would watch me, and I didn't want that. But you know what? Everybody's going to mess up here. That's no reason why you shouldn't lead. It's time for us to be leaders, and it's time for us to get stronger. Guys, this is it. This is us right here. Let's take that step. So tonight I want to challenge you that if you want to take that step, tell God right now, make a pact with Him. Be ready. Get set and go for God. I'm going to ask that some of the worship team comes back up. Guys, this message is simple, and it's nothing that nobody else can preach, but it's a challenge that we all need to give to ourselves. It's a challenge that the youth sponsors are here to help us out. But the youth sponsors don't bring kids in this building. And the youth sponsors are not in charge of us getting saved, and not in charge of us growing. It's our job to do that. It's our job to grow. We're in the youth group. We don't need babysitters. What we need is people to look up to, like these youth sponsors. And I look up to all of them, but really, looking up to somebody and taking your own step is a totally different thing. So I'm just going to ask, if you guys want to take that step, if you want to get ready, set, and go for God, if you want to step up like David did, get out of the fields and run over giants, make that pact with God tonight. If you want to do that, with every eye open, and everyone watching, stand up. Guys, why doesn't everybody find a place to pray right now? Get alone with God and tell Him what's on your heart. Tell Him why you might be afraid to step up. And trust Him and talk to Him. He's our best friend. There's a secret I must tell. It makes a contract, a verbal contract. Be yourself and with that person that you're going to do that. Pick something that'll hold you to it and that can push you and see you grow. Encourage one another. Take that step.